Well, it's getting pretty rocking and rolling out here on Lake St. Clair, and when it's like this, man, one of the best things you can do is just get out here and crank. This lake sets up perfect for a 5XD, and some of the biggest bags of smallmouth I've ever caught, oh, there's another one with him down there too, are out here deep cranking like this. That's what you're looking for right there, boys. He got it too. Green Gizzard 5XD. Oh yeah. 4.5 pounder at least. Yeah, 5 pounder. When you get conditions like this, you just can't do a whole lot else. That plug covers a ton of water and they'll just flat bite it. That's how you start. I mean, the wind is just really picked up. I mean, we're out here in 3-4 foot waves rolling out here, and it's hard to do anything else, man. I learned a long time ago, you know, when you're fishing tournaments and things out here, that when you get conditions like this, and you can really catch them with a crankbait. But the key thing is I don't want the bait to hit the bottom. So it's very much like a jerkbait. That you want to keep it above the fish's line of sight, and these fish will swim around sometimes up in the water column, but usually they're pretty well locked down by the sand grass, down by the grass down near the bottom. And you know, that crankbait, you can get down there and get through the water column. And because I'm fishing, you know, the center of the lake out here, I mean, the deepest it gets is about 20, and a lot of it's 17, 18 foot. So a 5XD works really good. So I put it on 17-pound fluorocarbon just to make it run a little bit higher. I mean, it's one of the very few times when you're fishing a crankbait that you don't want to touch the bottom. So I'm basically just casting that thing out there, reeling it down, and starting and stopping it a lot. Give it a jerk here and there. You're just trying to make it a little bit erratic, make it look like an easy meal, but speed is important. You know, I'm cranking it pretty fast, and I'll just drift and, you know, throw a cast right, throw a cast off the front to the left, you know, just try to fan cast the area, because I'm just looking to cover as much water and get them to see it as, you know, from as far as possible. So, you know, this green gizzard shad color is one of my favorites. I put a little orange throat on it with a marker just to make it kind of look perchy. But it probably really doesn't matter. You know, when you get these days like this, the color's not real critical. If it gets real bright, sometimes I'll use some more natural colors, but you're just trying to get them to see it. They get pretty active when you get like this, when the wind's blowing. And I'll just make a long cast and crank it down. And again, we're not trying to hit the bottom, and then just start and stop it a lot. And God, when they bite it, they just jam it. I mean, they hit it so hard they about knock the rod out of your hand. So it's a lot of fun. You know, when you got conditions like this, Mother Nature's, you know, fighting you, so you don't want to fight it too much, you know. I can definitely, you know, if I want to change my drift or anything like that, you know, I can set this trolling motor, I can set up the drift mode on it, which is an awesome new feature, to be able to cut across and go at a certain speed, you know. But to some extent, when these waves are rolling like this, you can't go right into them. I mean, I can't move into them. I can spot lock and hold there, but I just can't. So that drift mode feature is a really nice thing to do if, you know, the wind's blowing this way and the current's coming another way, and you want to take a certain line and set your speed. You can absolutely do that. So just the same, you can use the drift mode and allow it to slow you down. I mean, so the wind isn't pushing you so fast as well. This drift mode takes it to a whole nother level, because it automatically compensates for the wind and the current to keep you on a certain line at a certain speed. You know, when you're out there and you're just kind of going with the wind like this, you know, I'm still looking with my electronics. I'm looking for differences in the bottom, things like that. And each time, you know, I'm trying to line that crankbait up with my Mega Live. Look here, the old walleye. I mean, when you're out here doing this, you'll catch a few walleyes, you'll catch an occasional muskie, you catch pike. I mean, everything is out here eating bait like this. So, like I say, I'm trying to look for anything irregular on the bottom that's going to give one area away that's going to be better than another. You know, when it's windy like this, you can cover a lot of water. I mean, it doesn't take you that long to drift a mile. So like I say, every time I point that trolling motor at my plug wherever I'm casting at, and watch it as it's coming up. I mean, a lot of times you'll see one following behind it, and you can stop, start it, jerk it, twitch it, and they bite it a lot of times right when it comes off the bottom. So you got to put a lot of effort in when you're doing this, because speed is important, but it's what I love to do. I mean, it's right up my alley. It fits my style. You know, one thing for this, these smallmouth bite so stinking hard that you need the right rod for this kind of deal. So, you know, I use my signature series cranking rod. I like this CC fork. Oh gosh, I just missed one right there. Man, you stop it like that and one will, they'll blast it. Normally they'll hit it so hard that you need a rod like this composite rod to kind of be a shock absorber. You know, it's 7'4", but it's got a soft tip. It's a medium heavy action. It's got a lot of backbone. I can cast a long ways. I like to throw this BB1 Pro when I'm trying to throw a long ways. It's got a little bit bigger spool, has more line capacity, and I'll usually have a couple rigged with different sizes of line so that whatever depth I'm in, I can choose the right series of Strike King crankbait for this. You know, I throw a Series 5, a 5XD, a 3XD, and a 6XD, you know, for this out here. You know, right now I've got 17-pound fluorocarbon on here, and it really keeps that bait from touching the bottom. You know, I'm in 17 to 19 foot of waters, the kind of the areas that I've been fishing, and you know, I'm starting and stopping it, burning it, killing it, jerking it. You know, you're trying to make these fish react to it. A lot of them will follow it, and you know, that quick stop, split, you know, stop or quick twitch or things like that will get them to react and actually eat the bait. And I mean, these are big ones. They're tough. They put a lot of torque on the bait. So, you know, I put KVD #2 extra short, extra strong mustads on there. It's the TG76, and I've just had such great success because smallmouth are notorious for throwing plugs or, you know, hard baits, things like that, for losing them. And those hooks right there have really increased my ratio a lot. You know, this time of the year, water's warm, it's all about speed, the water's clear, you got to make them react to it. And it's an unbelievable tool when you have conditions like this. This is, you know, when they bite it. The only thing that's better is if you get a sunny day and wind like this. I mean, those fish are really focused visually when the sun's out, and man, they seem to really bite and chase that much better. So today it's cloudy. You know, but I'm still getting bites. You know, if you're in areas like this and you're getting bit by predators, they're all going to be mixed in there together. They go where the food's at. Where'd the fish walleye fishing? I would love to put that one right there in the grease. You know, I mean, gosh, that's a lot of fun. They're good eating. There he is, big one. Look at this one, guys. Giant. Giant. I'm gonna spot lock, even as windy as it is out here, you know. We can do that. That's why you crank right there. Look at that guy. That right there, I mean, St. Clair hammer, another 5-pounder. You know, that's why you throw a crankbait. I mean, it's sloppy out here, but man, you can still catch them. I love this technique. The biggest bags I've ever caught doing that. It's, I mean, he's long and lean, but that's a big one right there. There we go.